Hello and welcome to today's video. So this should be day 2 of the IAE. So just loading in now. And so we go into the other hall today and we'll see what ships in that are on display this time. We'll have a look around. Again, we'll select some of the ships to have a little look inside of. But now, if anybody did watch my last video and decided to get the game while it's on essentially a free trial, welcome to the verse. And I hope you're having fun. If you're still on the fence and thinking about whether you want to get this game or not, this event is the absolute best time to do it. You can download the game, as I said yesterday, completely free. You can get in completely free. You can try any of these ships that come up during the event, completely free. It'll cost you nothing but the time it takes you to download it and have a shot. And if you don't like it after that, uninstall it. You lost nothing. A little bit of time. If you do like it, go check out the pledge store and see what pack you want to buy. My advice would be just get the base Aurora pack to start with, because you can upgrade that to pretty much any ship later on if you want to upgrade, but it's the cheapest pack, the Aurora one. Yeah, I think it's the cheapest, or one of the two cheapest, but anyway, it's about the cheapest one. So get that one, and that gets you in the game. And yeah, then you can get started. And like I say, a week or two, a month after the next Wipe when 4.0 comes out later this year. Not that there's much of later this year left, so I hope they're planning to do that soon. It is supposed to be this year. But yeah, there's a big wipe coming. So usually in a run up to a big wipe like that, when everybody's going to lose all their money anyway, people are just like handing out money left and right. Like, you can go onto servers and be like, dude, I'm 20k short for buying this amazing ship I want to try. Guarantee you there'll be somebody on the server like, 20k, here you go, bump, and just transfer the money. They won't even ask. First time I got my MSR, Mercury, that's how I got it. I was in a server, and it was just like the last week or two before a big wipe. And I was just like, oh, dude, I really want to try this shit before everything gets reset. And I think I was like 40,000 short or something. And I was like, oh, I'm like totally 40,000 short. Some dude just gave me like $1 million. Just like, here you go. Like, no questions asked, just boom, there you go. Go buy your ship, have fun. That's the kind of community we have in this game. They're amazing. But yeah, so we're in the game now. We'll get going to the Tobin Center. Ooh, nighttime. This place is so different at night with all the city all lit up. Hello. Why can't I see the elevator? They could. Well, that's a strange glitch. Used to get desynced like that sometimes, but it's been a long time. Oh, somebody else joining in the lift. IAE 2954. So 930 years into the future. Oh, lag is heading today. Ooh, last time I got lag like this was pretty much the last time IAE was running. There's just something about this event because you get a whole bunch of new people coming in. They're all running around looking at the ships. You've got streamers and people doing videos like me, like folk in here recording, and there's yeah, it gets pretty hectic. Oh, they've got the pirate armor. I do like that armor. Don't know if you can buy that, but basically you take a bunker mission, you kill a couple of guys, and you'll have that armor like instantly. But I like the purple on it and the sort of like cape. It's quite a cool look. Yeah, I do like that armor. Link's set is another one I like. It's a light armor, so it's not great, but I like the look of it. They're probably wondering what the hell I'm up to walking around in just like clothes. And not like full armor and guns and stuff. Right. Into the rooms we go. I think we're going to go right today and take a lift on this side. Not that it makes any difference, all the lifts connect to the same rooms. If I remember rightly, yesterday we were in Apex, so it'll be Zenith will be the hall we're going to today. Zenith. Aegis Dynamics today. Ooh, there's the lag as we get into the main hall. Open up. So there's one of the biggie ships. That will be the Reclaimer, which is a salvage vessel. One of the biggest beasties you'll get to fly currently. And until recently was completely useless because salvaging wasn't even a thing yet. But now we've got the Sabre Comet and the Sabre. So these are light fighters. Or medium fighters? Are they medium fighters? They're fighters. I can never remember the classifications. Stealth fighter. So you got your ladder there and goes into the cockpit. Yeah. Not really much you can do of an internal tour. I am not doing an internal tour of that thing. That would take an hour. That thing is a beast, and I still can't find my way around it. I've been in them a couple of times. I get lost. I just don't want to risk it today. So here's the other Sabre. It's the more sort of civilian one. So let's check out the other halls. That thing is just huge. That's not even like the biggest ship in the game, it's one of the biggest. In terms of mass, it's probably the heaviest, but Let's see, anything in Hall 2? Ah, we have a map today. So you got the Reclaimer, the Saber. So we're here about to go into Hall 2. So you got the Redeemer, the Avenger series. An Avenger Titan is one of the starter ship options. So we'll have a look at that one, and then you got his variants. You got the Redeemer is a gunboat, another ship I quite like. Gladius, they're fighters. Hammerhead, that's a gunboat. No, corvette. Is it? Frigate. It's a bigger fighting ship. It used to be the biggest fighting ship, but we've got a new one added this year. Retaliator bomber, Eclipse, and the Vanguard series. Do like the Vanguards as well. I actually currently own one of those, but we'll cover them in a minute. So these are the Avengers, lovingly referred to as the Penguin because of its black and white markings. So this is the Avenger Titan, the base model, essentially. Now you can enter this one through the cockpit here, but you can also enter through the cargo at the back. Same with all the Avenger series. Oh, somebody even left the door open. That's very nice of them. So in the base model here, you got your little cargo bay here, your living quarters here, so bed, storage, and then there's the cockpit. Now, which one are you? Stalker. Right. This, yep, is the Bounty Hunter variant. So these are holding cells. It's not a function that works yet, but it is due to come in. So you basically be able to capture live bounties, stick them in here, and then like take them someplace and essentially hand them over. And then got two more Avengers over there, and we've got this beastie here. So like I said, this is a gunboat. That's a little prime military hardware here. So we have, that is your entire amount of storage. And that is your shower. Does the mirror work? No. Crew quarters, basically bunks. Somebody's opened all the doors. So, kitchenette. Upstairs. So, jump seats. This would be components, so it's like your engineering. Turret. And then more turrets and pilot seat. You can solo with this ship. I have done it, and you can fly around and actually get into combat with this. PvP not so much solo. You do want a crew if you're going to do that. But against NPCs, yeah, you can totally take that on. So there's like one of the turrets. Yeah, that's the manned one. So that like manhole cover, whatever you want to call it, the cover up there, that lets you access that seat. So you drop down here into the belly gun. And there's two other gunner seats. So yeah, one of them links to that one up there, although it looks manned. We got one there. The guns under the wings here are pilot controlled. But yeah. That's the Avenger I haven't seen. The Renegade. Played as part of the Masters of Flight series in conjunction with Flight Sim Arena Commander. The Renegade pays tribute to famed pilot Danny Solomon. Oh yeah. Never see this in game except probably IAEs, and then I forget about it until the next IAE, and then it's like, oh yeah, this thing exists. It's essentially a Titan with a fancy paint job. It's basically all it is. So which model's this one? This is the Warlock. Oh yeah, this is the Snagger. So yeah, it's got this gizmo in the back here. This is for like blocking quantum, so people can't run away. But yeah, as I said, the base Titan over there is one of the starter ships. It's one of the better starter. It's not like super expensive. It's not the cheapest, but it is a good starting level. It can do most things: courier missions, basic haulage, basic combat. So it can get you going on just about any path you want to go down, except maybe mining and salvage. Don't really have particularly good starter ships for either of those paths at the moment. Mining, basically you can go to caves with a handheld miner and do that, which you can do in any ship. And the salvage, you can effectively do the same. You can get like a handheld salvage device, so you can fly up to like debris floating in space and do your salvage on it. It's not the easiest, but it's certainly doable. And a ship like the Titan, where you have the ability to sleep on board the ship, so you can do like your bed logging, so you've got like a safe logout wherever you are, is one of the ships you would want to do something like that with. So this was the Gladius room and the Hammerhead. So Gladius is like military grade fighter. So again, no interior to see on this one because it is just a cockpit. So we've got the Valiant, which is just classified as a light fighter. Got a big old Hammerhead over there. Now the pilot in that one has access to 0 weapons. You will have to crew a Hammerhead. You cannot solo a Hammerhead and survive any kind of engagement with an enemy. Well, other than the fact that it's got stupidly good shields if you set it up right. So this is the base Gladius. Now, the Hammerhead's cockpit is actually underslung here. So it's here. Let's really pilot seat and the co-pilot seat. Oh, lifts her down. Been a while since I've been in one of these. Hello? Go up. Thank you. See if I can remember my way around. So that takes you out to the turret there, and you've got the corresponding one there. This takes you to this big airlock that you saw on the front. So it's like a big docking collar. And this one is the internal lift that gets us down to the lower floor, where you can get to the bridge. So you got your 2 seats. The view from here is interesting because like the whole ship is like above you. So then you've got these windows. So if we pop into one of these seats, so like when you're trying to fly this thing, this is your view. So this is what you would see, like trying to look around to pilot this thing. I have flown one of these, didn't like it very much. It's big, it's clumsy, you have to rely on other people to do the shooting for you. I'm more of a solo player, so it's not really my thing. So there's the other elevator leading outside. That's another turret, there'll be a corresponding one on that side. And is that another turret again? No, there's an upper section there. So this is like the captain's quarters, so you've got your office and then your sleeping area. This will be engineering, I suspect, or at least part of it. Yeah, because it's an engineering terminal there. I say it's been ages since I was in here. Ah, here we go. Crew bunks. I mean, bear in mind this is like a big military ship, so it's going to have that military feel. And then to the engine room, where you got your cargo as well. And you got your engines here. Rear turret. Now we saw that lift going up back here, didn't we? Alright, so this is like your living arrangements. So we've got the like a sort of pantry here, your kitchen area. There's the thing, I haven't hit med bay yet. There should be a med bay on this ship somewhere, I would have thought. Right, let's take the cargo bay out. Now we can go have a look at the other rooms. But yeah, that used to be one of the biggest combat ships you could get. Well, it probably was the biggest combat ship you could get. The Idris is coming out as part of this patch, and it's much bigger. It's a full-on capital ship. It has weapons on it that can one-shot this thing, so, or maybe two-shot. Yeah, we've let's say it's a good ship if you've got a team. I'll say that for it. But as a solo player like me, you don't want to mess around with a hammerhead. It's just pointless. Same with the Redeemer there. That big behemoth. It's completely pointless for a solo player. It's completely pointless for a small team. You need a massive crew for that thing. I mean, you need to be a full-on org. If you are new to it, some of the terms you might hear me use, things like verse, of course, relating to the universe being the game. but org is organisation. So it's like a guild or a clan. You can basically set up an organisation, or more likely you'll join one because they're basically all existing already. And then they would run like the big ships like that. So the Eclipse is a stealth bomber, and the Retaliator here is another gunship. It's a bit smaller. That one is modular, so it can be rigged up different ways. It used to be that it just came with these big massive torpedoes that just one-shot everything. But now there are different loadouts for it. Yeah, I'm not going to pay too much attention to them because, again, that's more of a crude ship, and this one's just a fighter in the cockpit. It's a stealth bomber, so it's got some heavy ordnance, but it's not really anything to see internally. And that one, unless they had something showing the different modules, I don't feel it really gives it a fair show when it's just the one sitting there. I mean, it might not have any modules in it, so you might not even see the big, like, size 9 torpedoes. So this should be the last room before we head downstairs. So, now, which one of these guys is it that I own? Is it the Harbinger? I can never remember which one I have. It's Bomber. Hoplite? That's just a fighter, right? That's the dropship model. Vanguard Warden? Heavy fighter. I think it's that one because I don't think I've got that colour scheme. And yet Sentinel seems to be... No, it's the interdiction. It must be this one I have. Or is it that one? It's one of these two, I think. But they're all more or less the same. So you come in here, again you got your very basic crew quarters. So, pilot seat here, the access to that turret is there. But yeah, there's not a lot to see in this. I've solo run these. I've actually been a turret gunner on one of these before. First time I was in one of these, I was up in the turret. But yeah, these are good ships. Heavy fighters. I think it classes it as light fighter, but they're anything but light. They have bespoke weapons, so you can actually go to different shops and like kit this thing out with like heavy duty weapons that are exclusive to the Vanguard line, like those 4 nose cannons. You can really amp up the damage output on one of those things. I did that with mine before, and remember that big hammerhead I was showing a minute ago? I went toe to toe with one of them in a Vanguard. It was an NPC one, thankfully, not like a player organisation one, or I'd have been absolutely obliterated. But yeah, I have fought some larger ships with one of those guys. Right, let's see what's downstairs today. So, tour's nearly over. If you remember from yesterday, we'll have the holographics and some other little bits and bobs down here. Oh, we've got the Peregrine. This is the new Sabre model they've brought in. So this is like a full civilian grade Sabre. rather than like surplus military. And Firebird is just a variant of the Peregrine, if I remember rightly. Sure it is. Yeah, Sabre Firebird. It's just a variant. One of them will be stealth, I think, probably. Another one's like a fighter, but again, there's no internals, so there's not really anything more to show than have a glance outside. So, and this is the Idris frigate, a Mark II Peacekeeper variant. So that's going to be one of the next big ones, with that Maasai cannon on the front there. I'm not sure when that was due to come out, but that's going to be a big combat ship. This one is Vulcan, which is, that's the repair and refuel. So this was like basically a flying station, which makes me think it's going to be very, very big. Because it's essentially a tanker. I mean, those are going to be hangars, I expect, on the side. So I mean, like, you probably better fly ships in there. And we have one more. Oh yeah, this ship's quite pretty. I quite like this one. Can't remember the details, but Nautilus, that's it. And it's a mine layer. That's what the fins are. So this is like your area defense. So once 4.0 comes out, we'll be able to set up like bases and stuff. So you could start building a base, and you could have something like this, which won't be available for a while. But like, you could set up like a minefield on like the flight path towards your base. But yeah, that appears to be everything today. So that was Aegis Dynamics. Just double check I didn't miss anything. So Peregrine, Firebird, Holograms, Eclipse, Retaliator, Hammerhead, Gladius, Avenger Series, Redeemer, Reclaimer, Saber, Vanguard Series. Yep, nope, that was everything. Yep, we saw everything. So, that's been today's video. Thanks again for watching, and again, if you have even the slightest inkling that you might want to try this game, do it during this event. Yes, it might be a little bit more laggy if you start off in New Babbage, but you can start on one of the other planets and come visit New Babbage. But the game is free. You can play it for free. You can get access to everything for free until the, what was it, 5th of December? So right now is the absolute best time to try this game, and I highly recommend it. I started in IAE 29, what was it, 52? So I've been to the 52, 53 and 54, yeah. Might even have been the one before. I think I caught the tail end of it, the free flight, because I got a couple of days of free flight. But yeah, so honestly, this game is worth trying. I know a lot of people think it's some big scam or whatever. I'm not going to defend people's opinions one way or the other. I think the game's interesting, it's fun, it's not stupidly expensive for what you actually get. You can make it cheap, or you can pay an absolute bleeding fortune if you really want to. The choice is yours. I have spent a little bit of money on this game, not huge amounts, but I have supported it. And I would say to anybody, especially in this period where we have it for free, try it. What's the worst that happens? You don't like it. Cool, move on. But just really, if you're watching these videos, you're probably thinking about trying it. Just do it. Honestly, just do it. Yeah, so we're going to end it there. So thanks for coming, and we'll see you in the wilds.